This is Pam. She's curious, a little nosy, and asks a lot of questions, especially before boarding international flights. And that's Brad, sweet, calm, and suspiciously good at keeping secrets. Right now, they're at Brisbane Airport. Pam just asked,
Why are we going to Bali?
Brad answered, What she didn't know is that this trip would become one of the most unforgettable chapters of her life. Neither of them got much sleep before the flight, but for very different reasons. Brad had just been promoted from night auditor to front office supervisor. Fancy title, same late hours, for now. That night, he worked from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m., and with no public transport running, he had no choice but to walk home. By the time he got back, it was already time to start getting ready for the airport. Pam, on the other hand, she just couldn't sleep. Too excited. Like a kid before a field trip. Also, she doesn't sleep well without Brad. So there they were, two sleepy people. Bags packed, hearts full, and a whole adventure ahead of them. Meanwhile, halfway across the ocean, two other characters had already arrived. Pam's parents landed in Bali at 7 a.m., flying in all the way from the Philippines. Just as Pam and Brad were leaving Brisbane, her mom and dad were already waiting. Sleepy, jet-lagged, and lugging bags heavier than their patience, they found a corner of the airport and settled in. Check-in wasn't until 3 p.m., and sightseeing with suitcases wasn't exactly on their honeymoon bucket list. So they waited. For hours. For love. For their daughter. And maybe, just maybe, a new family member too. Luckily, Brad is what some might call a Type A traveler. He had the airport transfer booked, confirmed, and reconfirmed twice. So the moment they landed, it was smooth sailing to their Airbnb. Pam, however, had a different kind of plan waiting. Her online shopping haul had arrived ahead of her. Boxes upon boxes of necessities she couldn't possibly get in Australia. According to girl math, buying in the Philippines equals cheaper. Buying a lot equals more savings. Going into debt equals practically a financial strategy. After a quick room tour and a proud display of her new loot, the group set off in search of dinner. The goal? Indonesian food. The reality? Western menus, Indian restaurants, and 4 increasingly hangry tourists. Eventually, they gave in. The place didn't matter. The food didn't matter. What mattered was sitting down and surviving the first meal. Afterward, they wandered into a convenience store, just for a few things. Or so they thought. But what they didn't realize is that this innocent visit would spark a new obsession, one that might just outlast the entire trip. The night ended with Pam, exhausted, mildly sun-kissed, and deeply offended. The cashier had given her 500 rupiah less in change. That's about 5 Australian cents. It's not the money, she said, it's the principle. If he had just asked, she would have said yes. But he didn't. And now it was personal. Justice would have to wait, though. Because the day was long, the bags were heavy, and tomorrow, the real adventure would begin.